114. Oh, he's moving. He moved his mouth. Should I go ahead and unhook this one? 114. 114.
That one did?
I don't think so. He moved his mouth.
No, that's next one.
Today?
Yeah.
Which one it was?
The white with the...
No, the Last Supper.
The Last Supper. All right, you got 7? You got a big one?
No, we got 5.
Okay, give me 5 fish then. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need to weigh that big fish though. Good God! You catch that fish?
No. Unfortunately.
794. All right, let's get that big one and weigh it. Get that little one around the way.
Maybe this one?
No, that one in there. I think that one right yonder.
This one?
Yeah, let's just leave them in there.
Oh, in there?
Put the other ones in your bucket. We'll weigh them both. Put a little fish right there. 202. That right there, I believe, one of them hybrid crappies. I'm serious.
Yeah.
See the difference? Look, pull him up there and look at his. That's a black crappie you holding. That's a black crappie. Look at the difference.
Oh yeah.
He's almost, this one over here's almost got bars like a white crappie. But that's what my 402 was. I mean 424 was that right there.
Yeah.
Y'all go take some pictures.
Please. Oh.
Lively, that little rascal.
She's bleeding. All
What you
right.
got left? That it? Cal, get over here. You on the lead team right now. Let's weigh my fish.
Look, Anthony, y'all,
All right, look.
I'm going to show you. My pastor used y'all's picture in his weekly newsletter this week. Outdoor ministry fishing tournaments. He's talking about different stuff.
That's awesome.
He sends out a newsletter every Friday just about different stuff that people's got going on. I saw that. I was like, look at that. That's awesome.
That's cool.
That's cool.
Tell him we said thank you.
Exactly.
Just pour them in there just like you weighing your fish.
Did you catch all them fish this week?
1, 2, 3, 4. All right, 5. Dog. Where is it? 7. That was a big
7 splashies.
All right. What you got? Let's stop. 10, 15.
Pretty well.
Oh, we gotta weigh a big fish. Yeah, hang on. Let's weigh this big one.
Flash vision.
All right.
Which one do you think?
We'll,
yeah.
we'll probably weigh them both.
Shoulders ain't
2.09. Let him in there. 192. Pretty fish, man. Pretty good. Let's get a couple pictures, Jim.
All right.
Someone got the camera for you?
Yeah, he got it over there. Get them two white ones in there. Them two big ones.
No more donuts for you, Rod. No more apple fritters.
Walk of Fame.
Pretty white.
We're gonna make YouTube.
You too famous.
Somebody's water and then others not. Yeah.
Only chippo.
What they do, that's what they're designed for. Powerful. Meekness means use to the hand. That's exactly what it means. Use to the hand. No. God says, "Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth." If you take a racehorse and you put it in a stall, and you go get a wild Mustang and put it in the stall beside it, and get ready to race them, and you open them things up, that horse that's trained, that's been had hands on it, and trained how to act and how to run, it's going to run around that track like it's supposed to. You turn that wild Mustang out, what's he going to do? He's going to jump the fence and run over yonder. That's what we are without God. We need to be under control. Blessed are the meek. See, first we've got to humble ourselves and ask and say, "God, I have nothing. I need you." Then you say, "Lord, please forgive me for all my sins." And then when you do that, you're His. And then He teaches you. Each day, He stands beside you, and He's got His hand on you. And you try to jump on this, you try to say this, you try to lie there, and He goes, "No, no, sir. That's not right. Do not do that." And you learn, you become used to the hand. When you break a horse or you break a bird dog, that dog becomes used to your hand. Your hand on that, you push on a dog's butt, first thing he does is back up against it. That's what we do. God puts His hand on us, but we bow up against it. I don't want it. Get away from me. I'm going to do that anyway. God puts His hand on us. He can be gentle, but if you're His, He can be rough. He can say, "No, don't do that," and you don't. You keep doing it, He brings out some other way to make it happen. He can break you. He can bring sickness upon your life. He can bring circumstances upon your life. He can bring all kinds of things into your life if you're His, in order to make you used to the hand, to where you want to do what pleases Him and not yourself. That Jack Russell, to please that Jack Russell, bro, to please himself, he's going to crush that chicken in his mouth. You're going to hear the bones crush. But because that Jack Russell knew, "I love this chicken. It's my chicken. It's going to help feed us." And that dog realized it meant something to me. And it became under control. It got used to my hand. That's the way we are with God. I hope that makes sense to you, because life is tough. We got to get used to God having His hand on us. But first of all, we've got to be His, when we know it's His hand on us. And He's trying to make us meek and power under control. You can see people that are not under control. In the Bible, there was a man called Abraham, and God promised Abraham he was going to have a son. But it went a long time, and he didn't have a son. And he didn't wait on God. So you know what he did? He did it on his own. I'm going to have a son. So he got him a little maid servant. He had a baby through the maid servant. We're dealing with that today in the Middle East, to this day. That son was Ishmael. The son God promised him was Isaac. Through Isaac came the blessing of the world. Through Isaac came Jesus Christ. Through Ishmael came Arabs, Middle East. And God told Ishmael, he said, I'm going to make you a great nation, but I'm going to make you like you're going to be a man like a wild donkey. You're going to be against your brother, and your brother's going to be against you. And that's what you got in the Middle East today. Isaac's, that's the Israelites, that's the Jews. They're under attack. Everywhere, everybody surrounds them, wants to kill them. What we believe in as Christians came from what they believed in, the same God. We want to please that God. We don't want to be a wild donkey of a man. We want to be a man under control. A man that tells you the truth, a man that works hard, a man that looks after his family. When somebody makes you mad, you're under control. You're meek. Somebody that's huge and big, he could tear you to pieces, but he goes, look, you're not gonna talk me into a fight with you, get me in trouble. You just go on about your way. I'm gonna turn around and go this way. You go your way. And instead of beating the guy to a pulp, he's under control. When something powerful is under control, you can put a bit in its mouth and plow a field and plant crops and bear fruit. You can take powerful oxen and hook them to a yoke and move stones 12 feet wide, 30 feet long. That's what the foundation stones of the temple in Israel are, and they used teams of oxen to do that. That's power under control. We as people need to be that way. When we're out on the lake and somebody gets in our way, gets on our fishing spot, we need to remember whose we are. And most of the time we do. When we're in a stoplight and somebody doesn't go and we're in a hurry, we don't beat the horn. In South Carolina one day, a man beat the horn at somebody. When he got off the highway, he got off the exit, went up there to Wendy's, and was sitting at the Wendy's drive-thru, and that man he beat the horn at drove right up beside him and shot him in the head at the drive-thru and went on. That happens every day. God tells you that to protect you. Get used to the hand of God. Don't do things like that. Even though he's in the wrong, be gentle, kind, merciful. That's what we need to be. I hope that's knowledge and wisdom, guys, that we need to know. But you're only going to get that right here in God's Word. And you have to put it into practice. Not just talk about it. You have to put it into practice. So, humble yourself. Be broken over your sin. And get used to God's hand working in your life, where it changes your life. To where when you slip and fall, you do what's right. If you do what's wrong, and you're going to fall, you're going to fail, ask God for forgiveness. Lord, I did the wrong thing. He says, if you ask Him for forgiveness, He's worthy to forgive you of your sins. I hope we've all done that. I hope we have humbled ourselves. I hope we're broken over our sin, and I hope God's hand's on us. I hope you're getting used to God's hand being on you. Because I'm going to tell you, if you are God, and you say, God, I need some patience. Lord, give me patience. You know how you get patience?
You wait for it.
Huh?
You wait for it.
Yeah. You know how you get patient? Lord, give me patience. You know where you're going to be at? The longest line at the food line. That's where you're going to be at. You're going to be at you're going to be sitting in traffic. But God's going to, that's how you get patient. You get used to the hand of God being on you. Isn't that amazing? That's amazing, man. The creator of all things, the creator of this dirt. Man, you old as dirt. That dirt was created by God. Let's pray. Championship Jordan Lake.
What's the other option?
Ain't no other.
Harris?
Well, if we do Jordan, we'll do Jordan and Harris.
There we go.
Yeah, we have done that before.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Them boys weigh some fish in now. But you gotta catch bigger fish. More fish. So I think this lake's just getting right. Who caught a white crappie today? Raise your hand. See, that's the late fish to come in. Why are they so late? Why do the black crappies come in before the white crappies? Higher temperature of spawn? What's the difference? What's the difference, you think? Well, I mean, why do you think that it's taken so long for them to come in there? I mean, it's still, water's still 60 degrees. There's white crappies getting ready to bust. Andy Dick weighed one like he swallowed a golf ball, because he may very well have. Or either 15 1-ounce weights or something. I don't know. I have seen some butt barrel sinkers roll out of a fish's mouth before, just saying. I love it, man. I mean, as bad as it seemed to be out there with the wind and the temperature, the fish bit. They bit. 10 feet of water or less. Who caught your fish 10 feet of water or less? 5 feet of water or less. 2 feet of water or less. The fish are shallow. And I think that one of the main things I saw today was you had to be around some wood, whether it was wood with something green on it or dead wood, like a tree. And I don't think those, if they weren't there, they were heading there to that. And the best color for, what was the best color?
Black chartreuse.
Black and chartreuse. Don't lie. There's King Jesus on your head.
He's got too many colors on his jig.
Okay? Come.
It's a whitish
Orange chartreuse. Ours was,
with
we caught about the same amount of fish on just chartreuse and then black and chartreuse. And the water we fished was very dirty. Is your water dirty?
Yeah.
Good. So I think next weekend, I don't know what the weather's supposed to be like. We're right here again next weekend. Man, we love to smoke them next weekend. I look forward to that. Then we got one after that. Then we got a championship. When are we gonna have this championship? Where? Kerr Lake? It's giving me. Them longliners right there whooped everybody last year in the championship. They want to go to Kerr Lake or Harris Lake.
Man, I'll even compromise and go to Lake Tillett.
I like it, man. We need competition. I love seeing competition. And I love seeing doing it on different lakes too. It takes time on the lake to catch fish. Knowledge, wisdom of fishing, different lakes. or learning a particular fish like a crappie and what he does, man, I tell you, it's awesome. 60 degrees. 60.61 was about the warmest I saw down the lake. What was the warmest y'all saw today?
65.
And where was that at? Way down? Right here. And right here at the ramp it's like 64, 65. If you go under that bridge, you go south, it's like 60. And it only got up to like 61 where I was at all day. And I would think the further south you went, the lower it would be on this lake. What a great turnout. We had 16 teams today, so we'll pay 3 places in a big fish. But like always, you're gonna become a better fisherman by having wisdom and knowledge, like we said. You're gonna become a better person fishing
And closing your jig eyes.
by learning how God
That
wants
same
us to
thing has
be as
happened to me
fishers.
too. That is that
And it's not just that when you're
hits you in
fishing,
the heart.
it's as a man, as raising your kids, being married to your wife. Because I don't know about you guys, marriage is tough. If you get married and you have a wife and children, that's a commitment. And one of these days, when we close our eyes for the last time, draw our last breath, the Lord's going to ask us. He's going to make us accountable for our life, and we better be ready for that when that comes, because it's coming. You're going to. What did your daddy say years ago? Ain't but 2 things you can count on: death and taxes. Really, taxes now. Death 10 times that. So that's going to happen. So you need to be ready. Wisdom and knowledge. The last 2 weeks we talked about out of the Bible. In Matthew 5 we talked about blessed are the poor in spirit, which means you've got to humble yourself. You've got to let God know that you have nothing that He needs. You can bring Him nothing. You are poor. Spiritual wise, you are poor. And then we said, blessed are those who mourn. That means you are broken over your sin. If you sin and you're a Christian, you're not going to be happy. When you tell somebody a lie or you sin, the Spirit of God is going to tell you that that's not right. And you mourn over that. You're like, forgive me, Lord. I shouldn't have said that to that man. Forgive me, Lord, for saying that. If you're a Christian and you lie, it's going to tear you up. If you can lie and it don't tear you up, if you can cheat and it don't tear you up, if you can sin, commit adultery and all that, and it don't tear you up, the Spirit of God's not there. And when you die, the Lord's going to ask you. He's going to hold you accountable for that. You could die tonight in your sleep, and you not have another chance to make it right with God. Pride gets in the way of that. Knowing you got to go tell your girlfriend, look, I know we're living together, I know we're having sex and all this stuff, but man, it's not right. We need to do something about it. The Lord says it ain't right. Let's do it. Let's make it right. You choose to do what's right. Last week we talked about that ladder, how God made that first step where we could step on it and get to the next step. This week the step is, blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. What does meekness mean? If I said Andy was meek, he's a meek person. What am I saying when I tell him that? Somebody answer that.
Humble.
Humble? That's right. Let me tell you what. I'll share this little story with you about meekness. See, a lot of people think Jesus was meek. He was meek, and you'll see why in a minute. A lot of people think meekness is weakness. Well, he's very weak. That's not what meek means. Look, You can have some great old big 6'9" guy, 400 pounds, he could tear the whole place up. But he can be gentle. That's meekness. I got a little dog, a little Jack Russell. When I got my first batch of chickens, I said, I'm going to teach this Jack Russell to live with these chickens. I'm going to teach her, not to kill these chickens, because she's going to try to kill them. I set that little Jack Russell on the bench beside me and had them chickens walk by. The little chickens was all around. They were grown chickens now. That old Jack Russell was shaking. And she jumped off of that thing right on the back of one of them chickens. I said, no. Put her beside me. I rubbed her head. That's Papa's chickens. Papa loves them chickens. Do not mess with them chickens. Chicken walk by, tear the chicken up. Pick it back up. That's Papa's chickens. I break the chicken up there, put it in my lap. See Papa's chicken? Oh, that dog's like right here. Yeah. Got them old Jack Russell crazy looking eyes, but I ain't kidding either, but old Jack Russell like, it's Papa's chicken. Do not mess with Papa's chicken. Put it down. Do good. Shaking, watching the chicken. Papa goes in the house, jumps on the chicken. Come back out, grab the dog, get the chicken.
I hope you had a lot of chickens. He's going through them.
There was some yelping going on in there.
Oh boy.
Meekness means power under control. That dog had the capabilities. Look, I've seen squirrels running down the fence at my house, man. That Jack Russell grabbed that squirrel off the fence and crushed his head right in the mouth. Hear the bone. Shake it dead, boy. That Jack Russell is powerful, boy, with them animals like that. It's quick, fast, crushing jaws. Go down in holes and get things out and bring it out. All righty.
How many teams do we have?
16.
16.
Yep. So 3 places in the big fish. So the big fish today. Ooh, I can't believe it. Did we cut that fish under? Big fish today. 2.34. Big old white crappie, slap full of eggs, thick, pretty. Trophy. Handy dick. Good job, guys.
All right.
Michael Fire.
Good job, man.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, 3rd place. They were always in the money. That's good. 3rd place with 11.44 pounds. I'd have never thought 11.44 would have been 3rd. I thought they'd have won hands down today. 11.44 with a 2.01 pound big fish. Always seeming to be in the top 5, Jason Evans and Brent McDonald. Good job, guys. Where are we racing at tonight?
We off tonight.
Are you? No word about that George this year.
This is real.
He said it's real. 2nd place. Really? 2nd place. He also had the big fish of the day. And he used to live in Virginia, but now he lives in North Carolina. So he got smart. Andy Dick. with 11.66 pounds. Second place. Handed it. He was due. First place. Didn't knock him out long. This boy's right back on top. Of course, I can't believe the only big fish was 1.78. Why do white crappies lay less than black crabs? Well, black crabbies get thick, don't they? Tough to knock off the podium. 11.94 pounds. That's 12 pounds. Cal Debiak, Kevin Stacy. Good job, guys. Good job. Woo, I love these guys, man. I'm gonna beat them one day, man. It may be soon. There you go. There you go. I got $25 extra right here that the team came in late today. They didn't catch a single crappie, but they went out there and they gone. And I'm gonna give this $25. And he did. That's a hard charge we was today. Yes, sir. So, that was a great catch, man. I don't care. You can have all these great guys and all these fishing men all over the country, but I'm gonna tell you, I enjoyed being out there today catching fish. It was tough, but man, I hated for the day to end. Didn't y'all? You had to stop, and some of it I'm sure it was tough, and we didn't have a good time, and it was windy, and I was cold, and the sun came out, and my partner done the worst thing he could ever do, son. He took his coat off. Oh! What'd he do? Sun went in, wind picked back in. But so, next tournament, next weekend right here. Man, I tell you, I keep thinking about a championship that you can leave here and go anywhere you want to go and come back with 7 fish. What do you think about that?
Does a pet store sell them that big?
Could I trust? Would I be able to trust guys? And he said, we used to do that in bass tournaments. We'd have trailer tournaments down east where you would meet at the 45 bridge at the Roanoke River, and you could go anywhere in eastern North Carolina and fish, but you had to come back at the 45 bridge and weigh in. People went to Phelps Lake, East Lake, Chowan River, Roanoke River, Middle River, Scuppernong River, past the tank, Yopium. I love it, man. And if you got time to go to Kerr Lake and come back, you can go to Kerr Lake and come back. That'd be called a trailer tournament. I don't think there's anybody here that I couldn't trust to do that. But I don't know if we're ready for it. Maybe one day. That would be good. I'd love it. You can fish your favorite lake, Cane Creek. If you want to go to Cane Creek. But it looks like the championship's going to be later, you know, probably in May or something. And Jimmy Pearson, he likes them late. He likes them late tournaments. See, them fish is coming out. Them long liners can wear them out. Who likes the long line? Raise your hand. I Championship tournament, I'm telling you, there's a good chance it's going to be right here. So, you know, we ain't going back to Jordan this year. We ain't going back to Harris. But you got 3 tournaments right here. You could use them all for scouting. To be ready for the championship. Any questions? Any thoughts? Any ideas?
You're gonna have 3 more, or is it?
Well, we got this one, we got
Yeah.
this one, and we got next weekend. We got next weekend, and then one more. And then the championship. And I think these guys, unless something happens to them, they pretty much got the championship locked up. Unless y'all come in with about 20 pounds or something. But, anything's possible. I don't know. Good chance it's going to be here though. Remember the championship? What the championship entry fee is $75 a team. $75 a boat. And then we look to see how many boats want to fish it. When you qualify for it, that don't mean people will fish it. The payout will be however many boats we have. We usually add a little something to it and add some prizes and all. And Jeff's gonna be out there with some good barbecue and stuff to eat after the thing's over. But we still got 2 more tournaments before then right here. So I would be checking it all out. Finding good places that may be good later or whatever.
Well, just remember, the second week of May is the big up on Bobcats,
Yeah.
the big tournament.
And you got Bobcats. You got Bobcats Championship, and then you got the big tournament up there. Anybody here going to fish the big tournament up there? I mean, like what is that? What is that big one? What is it? Mr. Crappie. It's gonna be a good one. That'd be a good. I'd like to go up there and see that wave. That's all I got, guys. Any other questions? You gonna be right here next Saturday. And pray for no wind. It's sunshine.
And no cold front Friday. That's right, just before it.